The content of this podcast is provided for general informational purposes only and is not intended as, nor should it be considered a substitute for professional medical advice.
Hello, everyone. This is Karen Nickel, family nurse practitioner, and you are listening to Itchy and Bitchy, a podcast that provides answers to your many unanswered health questions. Before I get started, I want to remind you about my course called The Perimenopause Answer. If you are going through this phase in life called perimenopause, I would love to have the opportunity to talk to you about the course to see if it is the right fit for you. I have really enjoyed getting to know many of you, and I'm so grateful to you for listening to the podcast and sharing the podcast. There is a link on our website, itchyandbitchy.com, and our Facebook page, IMB Podcast, where you can schedule an appointment for a Zoom call with me. And I'm going to say it again. I know you're all tired of it, but this is a Zoom call with me. It is not a webinar. So when you make an appointment, I will be sitting at my desk waiting for you to join the one-on-one Zoom call. Over the years, there have been 25 studies on using apple cider vinegar, which I'm going to abbreviate as ACV, so I don't have to say apple cider vinegar a million times in this episode, using apple cider vinegar to aid weight loss. We have a very recent study on ACV to add to the list of studies. This new study found that Lebanese teenagers and young adults who drank up to 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar daily for 12 weeks dropped an average of 15 pounds. The author of this study selected younger individuals to address the lack of research on ACV's effects, specifically in younger individuals, and allow for early intervention to potentially prevent long-term health complications associated with obesity. The limitations of this study is that there were only 120 participants, and they were aged 12 years old to 25 years old. The individuals were Lebanese, so cultural and dietary practices may vary in other ethnic groups. Also, the study was for only a 12-week period. They divided the participants into 4 groups and instructed the people in 3 of the groups to drink either 5, 10, or 15 milliliters of apple cider vinegar in the morning. 15 milliliters is equal to about 1 tablespoon. The 4th group drank a placebo. When the study began, the average weight of participants was about 173 pounds. After 12 weeks, researchers found that the apple cider vinegar groups shed weight overall. The group that drank 15 milliliters daily, and again, 15 milliliters is equal to 1 tablespoon, lost the most weight, dropping from an average of 173 pounds to about 155 pounds. Those who drank 10 milliliters reduced their weight average to about 159 pounds, and the group that consumed 5 milliliters dropped to an average of 163 pounds. All 3 groups had decreases in waist and hip circumference and body mass index, or BMI. The research team also saw significant improvements in blood glucose, that's blood sugar, triglyceride, and cholesterol levels. A small but often cited 2009 trial, so this is an older trial, found that consuming 1 or 2 tablespoons of the tangy drink daily resulted in modest weight loss of 2 to 4 pounds after 3 months. In another small study, researchers gave apple cider vinegar to people on both calorie-restricted and regular diets. After 12 weeks, both groups had lost weight, but those who consumed ACV had lost more. Another randomized clinical trial in 2014 that was published in the Journal of Functional Food showed that ACV might help with weight loss. The participants drank 15 mils, again, that's 1 tablespoon, of ACV with lunch and dinner, so for a total of 2 tablespoons a day. They also ate a diet that was 250 calories less than their daily estimated requirements. On the previous episode, I talked about the formula you can use to calculate your maintenance calories, your daily estimated requirements. Just to remind you, to figure out the number of calories to maintain your current weight, you multiply your current weight in pounds by 13 if you do not exercise at all. So take it times 13 if you do no exercise. You want to multiply your weight by 15 if you are moderately active, and that means getting at least 30 minutes of physical activity a day in the form of some kind of exercise. Or you can multiply your weight by 18 if you are very active and do intense exercise 6 to 7 days a week. So in this study, that weight maintenance number of calories was calculated and reduced by 250 calories per day. The researchers found that ACV significantly reduced weight. In fact, the people in the ACV group lost an average of 8.8 pounds over 12 weeks. On the other hand, the participants who did not receive ACV only lost 5 pounds over the 12-week study period. The researchers also found that ACV decreased cholesterol levels. Also, oral administration of ACV along with a restricted calorie diet significantly decreased body mass index, or BMI, hip circumference, and visceral adiposity index in comparison to the control. Just a reminder that visceral adipose, or visceral fat, is the inflammatory type of fat that surrounds your abdominal organs. This study indicates that apple cider vinegar consumption, along with a restricted calorie diet, can decrease appetite, body weight, BMI, hip circumference, visceral fat, triglycerides, total cholesterol, and also increase HDL cholesterol, which is your good cholesterol, in those who are overweight or have obesity. An implication of this is the possibility that ACV could be used as an adjunctive therapy along with reduced calorie diet to lose weight. After this quick break, I'll share with you the theory on why apple cider vinegar can help with weight loss and give you some of the warnings about taking ACV daily. Welcome back. So, how the heck does apple cider vinegar help with weight loss? Well, the head researcher in this most recent study says it's unclear what's behind the apple cider vinegar's potential effect on weight loss, but he does have some theories. One proposed mechanism is that ACV may help to increase feelings of satiety, increase feelings of being full, which leads to reduced calorie intake. Also, it is thought that ACV influences metabolism and insulin sensitivity, and potentially it contributes to fat oxidation, which is the breaking down of fatty molecules in stored fat, which reduces fat storage in your body. So it improves insulin sensitivity, upregulates metabolism, and breaks down fat. This is the theory. You may be asking if there's any risk in taking a daily dose of ACV. Well, there can be some downsides to taking apple cider vinegar every day. Consuming ACV on a daily basis can bring on some unpleasant side effects. Since apple cider vinegar is very acidic, it can degrade tooth enamel. Yes, can degrade tooth enamel and irritate the esophagus. So it is important to dilute it with water if you decide to add ACV to your daily routine. You can add 1 tablespoon to 8 ounces of water. A daily shot of ACV might also cause nausea and slow down digestion, which could pose a problem for people whose digestion is already slower due to gastroparesis, if you know you have that diagnosis, or if you are taking a prescription weight loss medication like Ozempic, Wegovy, or Mounjaro. Those meds slow digestion. apple cider vinegar could also interact with other medications such as insulin, not your own insulin, but insulin you're taking. If you have insulin-dependent diabetes, it also can interact with laxatives or diuretics, which are also we know them as water pills. That's why it's so important to consult with your primary care provider before trying apple cider vinegar if you're taking these or any other medications like those. Also, it is important to know that it is not advised for those with kidney disease, since its high acidity can strain the kidneys. A daily dose of apple cider vinegar may help you lose weight, but other strategies are far more tried and true. Listen to my episode on March 30th, 2024 for specific tips to help with weight loss, especially if the weight loss has been stubborn. Also, I just want to make sure that you know that all of the studies have been done using liquid ACV, not capsules of apple cider vinegar, which are available over the counter. So liquid ACV is what has been used in the studies. Thank you for listening and for sharing the podcast with others. If you listened using Apple Podcast app, please leave a review and rate the podcast. Your reviews and ratings really do matter. I encourage you to visit our Facebook page, IMB Podcast, where you can leave comments or questions for me. Our website is itchyandbitchy.com, where we have blogs with some of our subjects available for you to read. On the Facebook page and website, we have the information about how to schedule an appointment with me, not a webinar, it's with me, so we can chat about how my perimenopause course can help you if you are going through this phase in life. As always, thanks to Forrest Wenzel, our producer and composer of our theme music, and the person who does all the behind-the-scenes work to make this podcast possible. Thank you very much, Forrest. Check out his album called An Awful Lot. Go to wherever you stream your favorite music to listen. If you don't know where to stream music, you can find the album on Apple Music or Spotify. Remember, your health is in your hands.